All right, hi guys, we're back for the second part of our lesson today, and this one has to do with actually adding double-digit addition facts. And after we've practiced this a little bit, we're going to move on to our third video that's going to be doing triple digits. So let's review for a minute of what we did on our last video, okay? So if we have a 1, we want to draw a picture to represent a 1, we're just going to draw a dot. And if we need to represent a 10, we're going to draw a line. And if we need to represent 100, we're going to draw a square. And then we won't need it right now, but any of you want that fun practice again on doing a cube. And there we go. And I know this one's going pretty fast, but you can rewatch it on the other video if you want to. So before we get started, let's take a number. Let's take the number 45. And we're going to draw how to show that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I drew too many. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember in math, you can always change your mind. Okay, so 4 and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want to review that with you for a minute. Okay, when you draw your numbers for your problems, you really do want to make sure that those ones look like they would on a 10 frame. And it just makes it easier to count. So if I see this like this, I know it's 5. And let me show you what I mean. So you may have worked in your class with a mat that looks like this. And oftentimes in my classroom, I just have the kids draw it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, and it makes 5 squares. Okay, and so here's our 10 frame. And in your 10 frame, you put your little dots in there or your little counters in there. So if we had the number 8, you would start across the top. Now you don't just put 8 in wherever you want it. The idea is to keep it orderly and allow for you to count quickly. So your 8 would go across like this. There's your 5. And then under here, 6, 7, and 8. In our math problems, we're going to turn that this way. And we're going to imagine our 10 frame going this way. And I'm going to add a little section on here for my other ones. And if I had 8, I'm going to go up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like I did here. 6, 7, 8. So if I were doing, instead of 45, if I were doing 48, my picture would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back up here, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So after you've done a lot of practice with those 10 frames, you'll recognize that number as 8 right away because there's 5 and 3 more on it. If instead we did stuff like this, when we got ready to count them, we'd actually have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you may get confused on which ones you counted already. So try to keep it neat and orderly. This would be 45, and this is what 48 would look like. Right, and so now that we've reviewed that, let's talk a little bit about what things trade in for what, all right? So if we have 5 here and 5 here, we could trade that in for a 10 bar. So let's look at what that would look like, okay? So if I want to get one long, I need 10 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. And if they're on 2 problems, they would be going up and down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I can take those, and I could trade it to get that, all right? If I had 12, I could trade those for that, and then I would still have the 2 left over. So we're going to need to remember that for what we're doing. We could also do the same thing. What if we wanted to get one of these flats? Well, one of these flats is worth 100, and 10 tens is worth 100. So if I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I could trade those in, and for it, I could get a flat. If I happen to have 12 of them, I'd have a flat, and I'd still have those other 2. Those would go to get the flat, and those would be my extra 2 that are left over, right? So let's remember, if we want a long, we have to trade it in for we have to have 10 ones to trade in for it, and then we no longer have those. Instead, we have a 10. And if we want to trade in, or we need to trade in for a flat, we're going to need 10 tens to do that. And then when we trade it in, we don't have it anymore. So just keep that in mind. If we have 10 ones, we want to trade it in for a long. If we have 10 tens, we want to trade that in for 100. And so let's try one of them. So if we have the number 32, and I want to add the number 24, On the side here, I'm going to draw my picture to represent it. 32 has 3 10s in it. 1, 2, 3, and it has two 1s. Remember, we're drawing it like that 10 frame, so I'd only have 2 dots, just like that. And I'm going to move down here to the bottom, kind of keep it lined up as best I can with the thing on the side here. 1, 2, 2 10s, and now I need 4 1s. Once again, I'm going to put them up and down until I get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to stop right there. Now I'm going to combine them together. I'm going to take these and I'm going to put those together. And I can tell right off I don't have enough to trade in for a 10, a long, because I need 10 of them and I don't have 10. Now I could count each one of these individually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But because I know this is 4, I could go 4, 5, 6. All right, so here I have 6 1s. And I'm going to combine my 10s here, and I have 3 here and 2 here. And now I have 5, and now I have 56. So that's what my picture would look like to represent that double-digit addition fact. Now I want you guys to try this one for me. I wrote one here on my paper. Let's do 63 plus 23. So you're going to pause the video, you're going to draw your picture here, and then you're going to come back on and see if your picture matches my picture. Okay, pause. So pause that video, and all right, so we're back now, and we've got 63, so your picture would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, your numbers are going to go up and down here. 1, 2, 3, 6 10s and 3 1s. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to draw a line under here so it kind of represents the one that we have there. We would combine these together, so we're basically adding these together. And 3 1s and 3 1s is going to give me 6 1s. And here I have 6 10s. Let's recount them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 86. So that's what your problem should look like. Okay. No need to trade in for a 10 here because we don't have 10 1s. We have to have at least 10 1s to trade in for a flat, or for a long, sorry, for a long. Okay. And we would need 10 of these to trade it in for a flat. So now let's try one of these. Let's try 38, because some of your problems you're not going to have to trade in for anything. You're going to have to make a trade. All right. So here we have 38 plus 24. Here's my quick picture for it. 1, 2, 3, 3 10s, 8 1s. Watch what I'm going to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember your 10 frame, 5 here, and now 3. 1, 2, 3. And what I like about this is I can automatically see that I need 2 more 1s to get a 10. I need 2 more. So let's see if I end up with 2 more. 24, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, I do. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take these, and I'm going to take these that I already had, and all that together is going to make a 10. And I'm going to trade it in for a 10 bar or a long. And I'm going to put that long right up here. So I took these, traded them in, and in its place, I'm going to get this. So I no longer have these. Now I got to keep my eye on it, because when I look over here, I still have 2 1s. All right, so let's see what I have here. I have 2 1s left here. And here I had 3 10s, and I had 2 10s, so that's 5. And that one that I have, the extra one I have now, and so now I have 6 10s and 2 1s. Right, now you're going to try one of these on your own. Remember, you're going to stop the video. On your own paper, you're going to do it. And then you're going to see if your answer looks like mine. Okay, so pause the video. And then when you come back, I'll have it done for you. All right, guys, so here's this one. I'm going to draw my picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's always good to leave some space here because you might need to do a trade for 100, okay? 1 and 2. I'm going to get a little messy, but I guess that's okay. And then 1, 2, and 3. Here's my 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And look what I can see right there. I can see I need just one more 1 to trade in for a 10 bar. And I'm going to go ahead and do that because I have one here. I'm going to take that one. I'm going to put it down here. Okay, I could group it together. And there goes that. I'm going to take that and I'm going to trade it. And in its place, I'm going to get that 10 bar I'm going to put here. Trade it in. And in its place, I get another long. And I like to stick them up there so I can see them better. I still have that one left. Got to keep your eyes on it. And that one's going to go here. Here I had 8 tens, and I can remember that because it's right here. So I can do 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Look at that. I have 10 of them. So I've got 8, 9, and I'm going to take one from this. And in its place, I can trade it in for a flat. So I'm going to get rid of that. And in its place, I am going to get a flat that represents 100. So now that I look at my work here, I have to pay close attention. I have 100. So right here in this place, I'm going to put 100. I have 2 tens left. And I have 1 1. I'm going to check here. There we go. 121. I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to put 100 underneath the hundreds, 21. Okay? All right, that's it for this lesson. Come back and we're going to try it with our triple digit numbers.